Hello. Hello, Al Williamson here. How you doing? We're going to be talking about long-term profits with short-term rentals. Want to see who's out there. Want to see if anyone's going to join me today. We're going to go through this real quick. I want to make sure that you understand your opportunities that you have. That's what's worrying me, is that folks aren't quite getting it. And it's my fault. It's my fault. Let me tell you about it right now. Okay. How to make long-term profits with short-term rentals. Let me get that in front of me here. And that's what I want to share with you, because that's my passion, is all the things that short-term rentals can do for you and your family. Did you know that 36% of the business travel right now, all the United States, are people who are staying 1 to 6 months? You may not have known that. It's a growing trend, and I want you to get a part of that, okay? Now, my mission right now is to help 1,000 people. Help 1,000 people get enough passive income so that they can cover their basic expenses, like their rent expense, their mortgage, their car expense, just enough passive income to do that. That should change your life, right? Take a lot of the stress out of it, and that's what I'm hoping for you. So, with that fact that 36% of people are staying longer, there's this great opportunity for you right now. So who am I in the first place? So I was a former engineer. I'm still a civil engineer. And I found myself working all the time. My education kind of made me into a prisoner. So I was able to create enough short-term rentals that put off enough cash flow that was sufficient to replace my basic expenses, and now I'm a full-time landlord scientist, which means I spend my days thinking of ways to create more passive income for you. I do different experiments. So this is what I found. I found in my research that Airbnb was really a big force multiplier. Let me tell you about it. Well, Brian, Nathan, and Joe were the founders of Airbnb. Brian and Joe graduated from college, and they moved to San Francisco, found it was very expensive. So they came up with the idea of allowing people to sleep in their living room on an airbed and giving them a light breakfast the next morning. And when there was a sold-out convention, their business did great. They called themselves Airbed and Breakfast. And with some coaching that they got, because you got to get coaching if you want to scale, they reduced their name to Airbnb. That's what it's called. So it's been taken off ever since. That was in 2008. Now it's 2018, 10 years later, and a lot has changed. One thing has changed is the size of it. Now this is rooms under management per night. The Marriott is the largest physical hotel chain in the world, the largest in the world. They have 1.1 million rooms under management per night. That's a lot of rooms. Airbnb has 1.5. So Airbnb is larger now than the largest hotel chain in the world. That's incredible. So there's a big opportunity, and you probably know about it. People are jumping in left and right, but they're losing focus, and that's what, as a landlord scientist, I want to bring everyone back to it. It doesn't matter how many turns you do, how much your gross income is. It only matters how much is left at the end of the day. So I always say focus on your net income, not how pretty your place is, not how great of a neighborhood or how many states or countries it's all spread out. Only thing that matters is your net income. And if you want to optimize your net income, you have to run things differently than the way people typically tell you to do. You have to you got to make different decisions. And that's what I'm going to share with you. I'm going to share with you 3 secrets now on how to do that, how to run it more profitably. If you want to hear it, I hope so. I got 3 secrets to cut right to it. Secret number, let me go over them first, overview, okay? Secret number 1, I call Goldilocks. And secret number 2, I call marketing, because you gotta market this thing, otherwise it doesn't work. And secret number 3 is niches. And as you probably know, riches are in the niches, absolutely. So let's talk about secret number 1, which is Goldilocks. And I'm going to tell you about my friend named Jay. Let me hold this over here. So Jay was about 30 years old. He's 34 now. 30 years old. He wanted to travel the world while he was still young. And he wanted his short-term rentals to fund his lifestyle because they do put off a lot more cash flow than normal. So Jay was trying it on his own. He was doing the typical overnight thing, and that was just burning him out and wasn't generating enough at the end of the day. So he reached out to me, and I was telling him, hey, you gotta go for these longer stays. And that leads to Goldilocks, because 1 year stays is like too long, and there's lots of people doing annual leases, lots of competition. Doing these short night stays, there's lots of people doing those. Typical Airbnb hosts do these overnight stays, weekend stays. So there's lots of competition there. But these 30-night stays and these 40 days and these 3-month stays, there's not a lot of competition there. That's where the sweet spot is. So it's not too long, not too short, just right, Goldilocks. I was telling him to do the Goldilocks. He didn't believe me. He didn't think he could do it. And I was saying, Jay, look around at all the extended stays in your town in Richmond, California. Count them up. If there's a single extended stay America in your town, that means that these longer stays are viable. That's physical proof. You don't even have to take my word for it. Just go look and see if there's a car in the parking lot. And if there is, then this is going to work. So he took my word for it, and he was able to generate more net income without all the churn. It was something that he could scale up, and that's what he did. He scaled his business up, and he brought in a lot of virtual assistants to help him out, and now he full-time traveling the world full-time, because he scaled up, did something that was effective versus being taking up all his time. He did something more effective, which is to focus on his net income with these longer term stays. So that's great. Secret number 2, as we talked about, is marketing. Now, people think they can throw their listing up on Airbnb, do a great job, great pictures, and that's great for when it's busy season. But when things slow down, then if you don't know how to market on your own, you're going to find yourself spending all the profits that you generate during a busy time. So you got to know how to market. That's what makes this whole thing tick, makes it all safe. Let me tell you about Adam. Adam's a good friend. He reached out to me because he was having problems. Adam's background is he was a son of a preacher, and people saw him raised in this church, and he went off to college, got a couple engineering degrees, and he was flipping houses and doing well, and then 2008 hit and came crashing down. He ended up sleeping in his car, feeling like a failure and feeling like he let everyone down. So that was a tough, dark time. Slid into depression and got some help, though, coming out of that. And he started flipping houses again, but his credit score was in the toilet, and that was costing him a lot to borrow money to do these flips. So he was making everyone else rich, and he didn't feel successful himself. So he reached out to me, and I put together a marketing strategy for him, a marketing plan, so that he could actually run a short-term rental business while he was waiting for his homes to sell, his remodel homes to sell. And that's what did the trick, because it allowed him to bring in money to pay off everybody and actually make a small profit while he was holding the property for sale. So he decided, hey, this flipping is too much work. Let me just rent other people's properties and make the margin, make the spread. So he rented other people's properties, turned them into extended stay Airbnb types, longer term, short term rentals, and was able to make an additional $700 per month on other people's properties. So he said, hey, I'm going to do that. And he scaled his business up, and that's allowed him to feel much more successful. People are coming out of the woodworks to partner with him. So it's a great time for Adam as well. So there we go. The first 2 secrets. One is you got to do the Goldilocks. Find longer term stays. They're easy to manage. And 2, know how to market. You need a marketing strategy that you're just everywhere. In addition to Airbnb, you got to be on all the websites and you got to do some footwork yourself. Secret number 3 is the niches. That's where the profit is. It's in the niches. Let's talk about Rochelle. She's in Reno area, and she just needed pay some bills. She's getting a little bit behind, self-employed. We all go up and down with our cash flow. She was at the point where she needed to pay her bills. So she reached out to me and said, hey, I want to try this arbitrage thing. I want to try it because I don't have any rentals of my own. So we worked it through the program, and I always was pressing upon her to use your local knowledge of what you know about what's going on in the streets so that you can monetize that. That's your opportunity. And she did. She met a out-of-state investor, didn't know anything about the Reno area, didn't know about the car shows that go on. And she rented his place from him, and she brought a construction worker who's going to be in town for 10 months there. So she rents it at one price for about $900 and rents it out to the other guy at $1,800. And she makes the difference, about $1,000 difference, if I did my numbers right. Now, she had to furnish the place, but she's able to make that $1,000 spread. And she's able to make a passive payday every month for 10 months while she just needs to market for the next one. So the niche is that she was able to get it near a place that's a high demand. And you may not know that unless you were a local. So out-of-state investors don't always know what's going on in the local scenes. So she was able to get it in a very desirable area and was able to work that niche because it was next to the car show. So there you go, 3 secrets. Secret number to make more profit, to make more net income with short-term rentals is go for the Goldilocks, the longer-term stays. You know, you got to know how to market because slow times come. You got to know what you're doing. You got to be part internet marketer. And 3 is know your niches. That's how you can get more lucrative opportunities. And since you can get bigger margins, which means you can take something that's in the rental market and move it into the hospitality market and make a bigger profit. Because you can do that, you can do rental arbitrage. And what is that? That means you rent someone's house or someone's apartment, someone's boat even, as long as it's a dwelling, let's call it a dwelling, and you furnish it, okay? Now you have to work out subleasing clauses and all that. That's all negotiable. And then you furnish it, and then you market it on the internet to attract someone who's going to rent it for more than you rent it out at. And that's how you do it. And the goal is to bring in at least $500 more than your expenses. That's the goal. That's the goal. That's rental arbitrage. You can rent it out on Airbnb or anywhere on the internet. So let's give you an example of it, one that I do. So I reached out on Facebook to a traveling nurse, and I was able to find out where she wanted to work, that she's coming to town, and I asked her how much her budget was that she wanted to spend. She said $1,800, between $1,800 and $2,000. That was her housing budget. So I said, okay, I'm going to find a place for $1,860, and she thought that was a great price. It gave her some breathing room, and I went and I found a place, an apartment. It's a 1-bed, 1-bath that costs a rent for $950 per month. So I said, okay, I'll pay the landlord $950. My utilities are about $130 per month. That leaves me $780 per month. She's in town for a year, so I made money out of thin air, right? It's pretty good. With $780 per month be of help to you? I hope so. It's helpful to me. So that's how that works. Rental arbitrage. You know, the Rockefellers just said, own nothing but control everything. That's a secret to wealth. And I really understand that now. It's a principle that's been going on for a long time. And now that the internet's here, you can take advantage of it too. So, hey, you ready to give short-term rentals a try? I hope you are, because now's the time. It really is with the internet. I have a course that I can help you with, help you train you and do that. It's a coaching and training program. It's called Airbnb for Landlords. Airbnb for Landlords. It's coaching and training program. We're on 3.0 version of it because we keep upgrading, keep making it nicer. And it's got a bunch of stuff in it, you know. It's got strategies on how to reach out to business travelers. There's templates on how to put all your letters together and all your contracts together and to do different marketing. And there's training every week to help you get in the right mindset of a banker's mindset, of an arbitrager's mindset, as well as how to market like we did with Adam, so you can market everywhere to fill your vacancies. You don't want vacancies. And how to do rental arbitrage, all the details about what to say to people, how to negotiate subleasing, all of those types of things, as well as the details on one niche, which is a traveling nurse niche. There's many more, and I can help you with those, but I go through all the details on how to get a traveling nurse interested in your place, because you know there might be a couple hospitals near you. If there is, if you have a hospital in your town and you have an extended stay America or a residence in your town, then this will work. You are sitting on $1,000 to $780 a month of potential income that you're just sitting on. So this course helps you actually monetize that and get that money, shows you how to get it. So the value of that is $1,597 of value for all that. But I got some bonuses for you. Let me share that with you real quick. First bonus is group coaching, because I love to work with folks, and all the other people who've gone through the course love to help you out, make sure you know it's very possible, and tell you their story as well as email support. You can email me directly and I'll answer your questions directly, quickly. So that's included. Now that is included as long as I'm around. So that's a $2,900 value. And a one-on-one conference directly with me. We're going to be going over the opportunities in your area, okay? So that one-on-one coaching call is about an hour long, and it's a $3,000 value, because that's how much I can extract a value for you, help you locate the sweet spots in your location in that hour. That's the goal of it. So that's an $8,400 bonus package that I'm including in. So here it is, all these things here. It adds up to $9,997. That's the business traveler package, how to get business travelers. I like business travelers more than tourists. Tourists are high maintenance and they don't stick around for a long time. Business travelers are much easier to deal with. Templates so that you don't have to start from scratch on different things. Know how to do a guest manual, know how to write a welcome letter, those things. Email training, because if you don't understand net income drives every decision, you're going to end up acting like many other Airbnb hosts. And they're going to be looking at their gross income instead of their net income. And also how to market so you don't have vacancies, rental arbitrage, all the details about that, how to get a traveling nurse, that type of niche type of thinking, so that you can actually widen your margins and make more profit. Group coaching, email directly to me, one-on-one call directly with me. It's a $9,997 value. That's what it is. But remember, my mission is to help 1,000 people. Help 1,000 people get enough passive income to cover their expenses. So I'm not going to charge you that. I'm going to bring it down to, where's my pen? I don't have my pen. It's $997. That's what it's going to be. $997. And it's at Airbnb.com. You can go to Airbnb-landlord.com. Airbnb-landlord.com. I'll drop a link in this in the notes. $997. Looking forward to working with you. I'll talk to you later.